So we'll just start off by rubbing the hands together. So we've done most of these things in our class. Some come up, some might not come up. It just depends. And the sequence is quite slow and progressive. And sometimes when I talk, you'll hear me talking quite a lot. But when you do it yourself, you just sort of flow with it. So we're just sort of creating heat and warmth into the hands. And this is this prana, this chi. And that's that electromagnetic charges within the body that sort of come towards the palms, because your hands do quite a lot during the day. So what I want you to do is just separate the hands out. And just feel the energy between the hands. You can close down the eyes and feel that there. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling out. Then I want to use that energy and just sort of tap the body. So really just tap all the way down the legs, on the front of the legs, on the sides of the legs, just to wake up the body. Doesn't matter about the sound, just as long as you're using your hands, just to use that all over the legs. And then we're just going to work around the arms, inside the arms, round the back of the arms, all the way up, round the back of the shoulders, tapping that as well. And then working right across the other side of the body. Getting in there, all the way around the back of the shoulders. And then just tapping around the back of the body, so tapping around the back of the body, going all the way down the legs, around the back of the legs, and then come back up the front. Now we want to take our hands and bring them as we come into our breathing practice now. So taking the hands out in front, clasp the hands, taking your back and allow it to come arch, bringing your chin in towards your chest as you exhale. Inhale in. And exhale all the way back out. Inhale. And exhale, rolling all the spine all the way back. Then taking it back in towards the chest. Taking the hands all the way up in towards the ear. Opening up the diaphragm, opening up the ribs, and exhale as you come back down. Inhale. And exhale all the way back down. Now we go out to the sides. Inhale. And exhale back in. Inhale. And exhale. So now we come up all the way up through the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale all the way out. And then come back to centre. Now what we want to do is we want to take the hands out to the sides. And then take as if you're coming into a bow and arrow move. So take the legs a wee bit wider, and then take then bend the knees and take the hands all the way out in front. And as if you're pulling a bow. Releasing, coming all the way back to the centre. Then taking it out. Release the bow, coming back to centre. So almost as if you're like your waist is stacked upon your hips. So you're taking that all the way across the body. So bending on the other side of the leg, getting into that lung type large intestine area. So we've warmed up the lungs. So right across the hands we're coming in to the lungs and large intestine. Releasing and expansion, length of the breath. Inhale. And exhale back to centre. Now we come into the ball move. So taking the hands, one hand up down at the bottom and one hand on top. As if you've got a ball and almost where your centre is. So here is your centre of gravity here. So we're holding that there. And as if the ball is going to move as you go all the way up. Stretching all the way up. So here we're going to use a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. and exhale. So this is the stomach, spleen and pancreas. So you're almost as if you're lengthening and stretching the spleen and the pancreas position. So we're going to use the turning from now. So when we come back to centre, when we reach up, we're going to twist the body over towards the opposite side. And then look over the shoulder. Then come back all the way to centre. Then it lengthen, expand, and then twist just to release off. And then exhale back to centre. Inhale and twist. Open and stretch. Then come back to centre. And then release and all the way up, stretching over to the other side. Come back to centre. So here that's your centre part from the stomach and the spleen. So now we're going to just sort of pulse that away. And in and out. So we're always keeping in the Wu Chi stance, which is almost like hip width apart. So keeping that bend in the knees, feeling anchored and grounded with the feet. So all the movements just coming from the hands and the body. Lovely. Then taking the hands, we're coming into the heart and the small intestine. So we're going to circle the hand right across the body. So circling the right hand right across the body. And again, round in a circle right across the head, round the back, all the way round. Circling right around. So this is circling the sun move. So we're circling right across, almost over the eyes, round the back, right round to the heart. So that's your fascia, all the triple heater pericardium move. And go to do the same on the opposite side, so circling and using that full movement of the body with the arm. So really just get round with the body as you're circling. And flowing with it. So using your breath. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now we do two moves from this form, from part 2 of this. So you circle the sun. And then as if you're coming out with the hand round the other side and back the way. So circle. Coming right across the body, coming right round and back. Circle. And exhale round the other back. It's almost like you're holding a plate almost. So doing it on the other side, circling the sun. And then flowing across the moon. So at this point, really is all about the rhythm and the movement. Usually is an indicator of summer moves, early summer moves. So using that with the breath, you're using that flow, you're moving more often, and the heart is pumping and it's flowing away. So really just using that rhythm of the breath. And come back to centre. Now we want to take our hands onto our thighs. And really onto the knees. And really lengthening it all the way up, as if you're doing a cat-cow move on the knees. So lengthening back, all the way back to the chest. So here we're just moving the spine, tilting all the way back, moving the vertebrae of the spine. So this is the movement of the bladder and the kidneys, movement of the flow along the spine. gently moves as you feel each vertebrae. And then just bringing your hands away from your thighs. Taking your right foot out in front and then lifting the back toe. We're going to kind of rock from one side to the other. So just keeping that movement with the feet. And then we're going to bring in the hands. So the hands go up into the air from here. We roll back on the back foot, coming all the way over the face, looking towards the leg, rolling all the way down to meet sort of the pinky toe as you rise all the way up. Back on the back foot, round the eyes, down the body, onto the back foot as you rise all the way up. So this is kind of like the flowing of the kind of bubbling brook, as they call it. And moving that, you're rocking from the spine, the movement of the water element. As you rock through once, allowing everything to flow through. Keeping the rhythm here. Going on to the back foot. And then come back down to the centre. Come back onto the other foot. So getting that momentum of the feet. So your kidney point is on your somewhere where your big toe is, along there, the middle part, and then right into the bladder on the bubbling brook, which is your pinky toe. So coming all the way up, all the way round, down, floating through onto the toes, all the way back onto the back foot. And then coming round and down, all the way back up. So using your breath, feeling that movement, coming down into the spine. Inhale and exhale on the back foot. Come down, round and down. The back foot. Then come back to centre. Now we come into the liver and gallbladder moves. So taking the foot out towards the side, taking the hand down the thigh, and allowing the other hand to reach over towards the side. So it doesn't matter where you go, you can have a bend arm or a straight arm, as long as you're getting that twist coming from the ribs here, all the way from here to here. So allowing that stretch, that release, and that tension, and anything that's coming up, anything that's irritating, or so just keeping the length here, coming all the way back. And you can look towards your hand, so again, eyes related to the liver, looking towards your hand, coming back all the way up, down that back leg, looking towards your hand, over to the other side, looking, inhale, looking to the middle finger, and then all the way back up, and then just giving everything a nice wee shake here. So again, rolling the shoulders again. When you roll up here, you're making the decision of the gallbladder, so rolling those shoulders, decision maker. So now just take a wider stance with the feet and just turn them out to the side. So take your feet out just between 12 and 1. Your hands, allow them just to come onto the thighs, just allow everything to settle, bending the knees. So just nice soft movements from here. And then I just want you to just take your fist and just punch the air from here. So take one hand and bring it in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now we do two hands. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then just slow and release. And then bring your legs back to centre.